Santosh. Welcome to the series of pharmacology. Today we will discuss the most important topic, that important disease, which is usually people don't really concerned about. What that disease causes, basically, that disease causes the depression. That disease causes the depression, or you can say suicidal tendencies, right? Usually because of that disease there is a lot of car accidents, okay, car crash accident, right? So kids can, and there is a lot of things which can happen because of that disease. Kid cannot focus attention, okay, so their academic is hampered, their academic is not growing, or it's basically hampered, right? Athletes, athletes, they cannot perform well in their sports, okay? So athletes cannot give their 100% performance, right? Increase obesity, right? So there is obesity increases, or diseases like diabetes mellitus or cardiovascular diseases, right? So many things you can see here on the board, right? Depression, suicidal tendencies, car accidents, academically is not good, athlete cannot give their 100%, obesity increases, diabetes mellitus, and cardiovascular diseases, right? Not only that, this disease also affect the economy of our country, okay? Because of this diseases there is an increased mortality, and because of increased mortality there is a decreased productivity, right? And because of decreased productivity, okay, the economic stability you can see it will hamper, okay? So economic stability is hampered. So these are a lot of effects of this particular diseases, right? So can you imagine what the disease is? Depression, suicidal tendencies, car accident, car crash, academic not growth, athlete cannot give their 100% performance, like obesity, diabetes, all these things. Do you understand why it is? It is because of only one disease, or it is because of only there is a one cause, and that cause is very, very simple. That what is that cause? The cause is sleep. But sleep is not the cause. Sleep is good, but insufficient sleep is the cause of all these things, right? Because of the insufficient sleep, okay? So depression, suicidal tendencies, car crash accident. Why there is a car crash accident? Because of the insufficient sleep, right? Person can fall asleep when at the wheel during the driving, right? So usually like 6 to 7 car crashes because of the deficient or insufficient sleep. Kids cannot focus, they cannot attend their classes, okay? So because of their academic performance get hampered. Athlete cannot perform well. Why athlete cannot perform well? Because of insufficient sleep. Because their action time increases. What is mean by action time increases? Action time increase means they become more and more sluggish. Right? And there is an increase like obesity, or because of increased obesity there is a resistance to the insulin, and because of that there is a diabetes mellitus. Overall, it can also affect the cardiovascular system. And you already know that young generation who are working for our economic growth, okay, because of this their increased mortality, there is a decreased productivity and economic stability. So insufficient sleep is the major cause. Of, okay, all this problem. How? If you go statistically, you can see that 60 to 70%, okay, of people, they are get insufficient sleep. How many? 60 to 70% of people, they are getting insufficient sleep nowadays, right? So they are getting like less than 6 hours sleep. They are getting less than 6 hours sleep. So this is insufficiency of sleep. Why they are getting less sufficient or insufficient sleep? Why there is a sleep deprivation? Why there is a sleep deprivation? There is some reason. What is that reason? The reason is very simple. World is running faster and we are running to keep it up. Yes, what exactly happening? World is running faster, we are running to keep it up, and as a result of that, we have the less sleep. It is a kind like that sleep. It is a kind of public health epidemic in society. That sleep deprivation, it is a kind of like public health deprivation epidemic. The epidemic word, why we use the epidemic word? Because it is not a problem related to only one person. Okay, it is all about the public. Okay, in the society, right? And because of this sleep epidemic, because of this sleep deprivation, okay, क्या होता है? There is an ability of concentration decrease. Okay, logical thinking, they also get decreased, and try to remember activity, that is also going to be decreased, right? So if we see or if you compare with our past year, okay, if you just see or imagine our past year, right, the number of hours of sleep are now decreasing. If you ask your mom and dad or your grandpa or grandmom, okay, if you ask their lifestyle, their sleeping time is much longer as compared to us, and we already discussed why there is a sleeping time will be less because of the fast-paced growth, and that is why we are facing this problem now. Okay, previously we are taking more sleep, that is also important, right? So now today's lecture we are talking about the sleep, what the various type of sleep, then some sleep pharmacology, what are the diseases which are associated to the sleep, what we can do to avoid all these diseases, right? So these are all important things. Okay, this is the day-to-day problem of almost like one person in the family, right? Not one person, more than 50% of the person, they are suffering from this particular diseases, that is sleep deprivation, and that sleep deprivation leads to this lot of another problem, right? So we will start the sleep. Okay, so what basically the sleep is? We will define the sleep. It's very easy, right? So what is sleep? Yes, what is sleep? Sleep is a state which is very important for the development of your body or for the growth or for the repair of body, right? So basically, sleep, what exactly the sleep? Why we need the sleep, it is also important. Sleep replenish the energy which we spend in daytime. Sleep replenish the energy which we use during the daytime. क्या करता है? What sleep will do? Sleep will replenish the energy. Okay, so whatever the energy you use during the daytime activity, that energy should replenish so that on another day you can use that energy. So replenishment of that energy is done during the sleep. So if you want to define the sleep, basically definition, sleep is a state of unconsciousness, is the state of unconsciousness. So if you think about this word unconsciousness, a patient in coma is also unconscious, right? So can you say that comatose patient is sleep or sleepy? No. Sleep is a state of unconsciousness. From that state or from that particular state, okay, person can be aroused by sensory. Person can be aroused by sensory or motor stimulation. This is very important, right? So what is sleep? Definition: sleep is a state of unconsciousness. From that state, person can be aroused by some sensory or some motor stimulus, right? That is important, right? So when you fall asleep, what exactly happened? Whenever you hear something, some sensation, and whenever there is some motor thing, somebody came you, okay, he or she wanted to shake you up, right? At that time you will get which stimulation? Motor stimulation, and you can arouse yours, okay? So sleep is, on the contrary, it is our myth that whenever we are sleeping, okay, our brain is not really active. No, sleep is the highly active time for the brain. Sleep is, recently it will consider now that sleep is a highly active time for the brain, okay? It's not resting, it is basically highly active time, right? So highly active means they are performing certain function. Because of that function, there is a replenishment of the energy which we use in the daytime, and because of that replenished energy, we can work on the next day. That's what I'm saying. And we will go to the pharmacology and type or physiology of sleep, okay, later on. First we will see what's the importance of that sleep. And we already know that there are like two type of sleep. One is called REM sleep and another is called NREM sleep, okay? And we require both the sleep, that deep sleep, okay, and like slow wave sleep. There are a lot of words we will learn in this chapter, okay? But right now we just focus on what about the importance of the sleep. So sleep replenish the energy which we use during the daytime. Which time? Daytime. Now this is the definition, right? So what exactly happened? What happened whenever you are sleeping or whenever you are awake? Adenosine, okay, adenosine level increases. Adenosine level increases in brain. Where it will increase? It will increases in brain. And because of increased adenosine, there is slow down activity of neuron. Because of increased level of adenosine, there is a slow down activity of neuron in brain. So increased level of adenosine in brain slow down the activity of neuron, and because of that it makes you sleepy. It's make you sleepy. Okay, look at here. Adenosine level increases in the brain. Okay, that adenosine slow down the activity of neuron. Neuron ki activity will be slow down, and because of that person feel sleepy. What we do usually, okay, to prevent that, what we will do? We took the caffeine. What we do? We took the caffeine because we want to keep awake ourselves, right? And this caffeine is basically is a blocker. It is the blocker of receptor. It is the blocker of receptor which is for adenosine, which is called, which is for adenosine. So basically the cell inside your brain, right, they are for the functioning, okay, and there are the receptor on that cell where the adenosine, this adenosine come and join on that particular cell because there are receptor on the cell for the adenosine, right? So this is adenosine which received by the receptor on that particular cell, and the level of this adenosine on that cell or inside the brain is increased, and because of that there is a slowing down of function of the neuron. There is a slowing down of the function of neuron, and the sleepy, and the person feels sleepy. When the person feels sleepy, okay, when adenosine level increase, there is a slowing down of this function of neuron and makes the person sleepy. But because of the cup of coffee, what exactly happened? This coffee, okay, when enter through your blood circulation, okay, this caffeine, there is a caffeine which is present inside this coffee. This caffeine go inside your blood circulation, enter, and here on the cell there is a receptor for this adenosine. In spite of adenosine, the caffeine is going to be sit over here. Now, in spite of adenosine, what is here? There is a caffeine. And now this caffeine block the adenosine. Now this caffeine block the adenosine. So what happened? The inhibitory effect of adenosine keep that person awake. Keep that person awake, right? So why I make the eye more wider? Okay, usually कैसे है? Usually this kind of eye, your upper like cornea or like upper part of your eye is covered with the lid, but whenever you have the that keep you awake, and that is why I mention it. You are more awake, right? Because it is against the will of your basically the brain, or against the will of the cell of your body, and that's why you are awake. You are happy too, but you are more awake. Okay, so this is because of adenosine. This is because of adenosine. Okay, so it's like what? Okay, so what you are doing basically by taking coffee, okay, you are keeping you awake because you want to do more work. But what about the side effect of that coffee? You need to be worried about that. It is just like whenever you are taking coffee, you are keeping you awake and you are performing certain tasks. Okay, that time it is okay, but it have an adverse effect. It have a lot of adverse effect. It is just simply like taking out fire alarm from the home. Okay, in your house, you are not really liking the sound of that fire alarm, right? So what happened? You don't want that noise, right? So what you can do? People just take out that fire alarm. So if there is a fire, there will be no noise. There will be no noise. You are safe from that particular noise. That's okay. But what about the fire? What about the fire? If in reality, if there is a fire, there is no one to awake you. There is no one to awake you. So taking coffee to perform the task is just like taking out the fire alarm from the home, to avoid the noise. So these are the things which is very, very important whenever we are learning this chapter, right? So whenever we are talking about the sleep, we should understand inside our brain there are some center, right? And that center are very important. That centers are very important. I will not go in a detail of that. Okay, these are kind of like centers. Okay, so this is your brain, which are more related to the sleep, awake, and your function. Okay, so this is prefrontal cortex. Okay, this is which one? Prefrontal cortex. Everybody know this. Okay, what is this one? This is your occipital cortex. This is which one? Occipital cortex. This is a parietal lobe. This one is the temporal lobe. Here, parietal, or you can say parietal cortex. Not a superior, you can say somewhat inferior parietal cortex. This is one more area. And inside the brain, you can see there is one part here that is called thalamus. That is called the thalamus. So I want you to remember this 4 that is called part of your brain, right? Which one? Thalamus, prefrontal cortex, occipital cortex, and inferior parietal cortex. Why I want you to remember these 4, right? So first, this inferior parietal cortex, they integrate sensory information. Basically, कौन सा information? Sensory information. What is the sensory information? Okay, like vision from eye, hearing from ear, touch sensation. So from eye, ear, and touch. Okay, so sensory information, the function of inferior parietal cortex. Okay, what about the prefrontal cortex? Prefrontal or frontal cortex, it is all about the control. It is all about the control and judgment. So to control your like movement or to control your judgment, okay, exact or rightful judgment, it is under the control of your prefrontal cortex. Occipital cortex, everybody know it is all about the vision. It is all about the vision. And what about this one? This tiny part, but it is very, very important. What is the name of this tiny part? Thalamus. Thalamus, what is the importance of thalamus here? Thalamus relay the sensory information. It relay the sensory basically information to motor cortex. To which cortex? Motor cortex. जो भी sensory information आ रहा है, whatever the sensory information is coming to that thalamus, it should be related to the motor cortex, so that particular movement because of that sensation should be taken care. All this center of your which one, that is called the brain. Okay, they are important whenever we are studying or whenever we are discussing about the sleep. So prefrontal, thalamus, occipital cortex, and inferior parietal lobe. Okay, so or cortex. Okay, now these are the area. These are basically the area like 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the area affected by sleep. Okay, whenever you have a sleep deprived or whenever you are sleep deprived, at that time these are the area. Okay, they are basically affected, more affected, right? And all the center, okay, they are not going to work well, and because of that there is a problem arise. Okay, and what is the problem? Sleep deprivation. Okay, what is the problem? Sleep deprivation. Okay, so the problem is basically the sleep deprivation. So this is all about your which one. I'm just giving you some outline so you can just go into the like particular physiology or pathology or basically the pharmacology. We can learn the pharmacology of sleep in a better way. So what exactly happened, we will see here. This is the brain, and the brain is made up of neuron or a lot of cell, you can call them neuron. So when cell of the brain function, how the cell of the brain function work? Okay, so cell inside your brain, they undergo metabolism. They undergo the metabolism of cell hai. What is the characteristics of any cell? Okay, the cell is the only thing which can make you living by undergoing the metabolism. Okay, metabolism, right? And during the metabolism, when cell is functioning in the living body, when under the metabolism, there are the reactions like anabolism and catabolism. They produce some toxic metabolite. So whenever cell undergo the metabolism inside the brain, there is a byproduct. Whenever there is a reaction, 100% there is a byproduct. Okay, and this byproduct, whenever the cell inside the brain is produced, these are certain toxic metabolites. These are some toxic byproduct or toxic metabolite. For example, amyloid. Okay, so for example, amyloid beta body. Okay, so amyloid beta plaques, or ye whenever they accumulate, you can call them plaques. So amyloid body or amyloid beta body, that is a bi or toxic metabolite produced inside the brain. These are the toxic metabolite. Okay, there are tau protein. Also, right? So these are basically the toxic metabolite. This toxic metabolite, they should be removed. क्योंकि ये toxic है. They should be removed or they should be clear, right? So whenever they should be removed, okay, your other body function should be basically slows down so that brain can focus 100% on your removal of this toxic product. And when that is only a time during the sleep, brain can do all this. That is called flushing work or clearing work or removing work of the amyloid beta plaque or tau protein. If brain cannot remove them, then what happened? They increases and they causes some pathological damage also, right? So when it should be removed? When body is at perfectly rest. और perfect rest कब रहेगा? whenever you are sleeping. So sleep is very important. Sleep is very important to clear the toxic metabolite. How can you come to that particular conclusion? If you see in Alzheimer disease, which is secondary to the deposition of myeloid body or tau protein, right? So that's how we connected and we come to conclusion that, right, so we need the sleep. Then many things like during sleep, what happened, this is one more thing. So we will see the advantages of sleep. First, we already learned sleep is important to remove metabolic waste or toxic, right? Beta amyloid or tau protein. Second, during sleep, your heart, which is functioning all the time, the cell of the heart is functioning. During sleep also it is functioning. It is not like that the heart will stop, but whenever some cell of your body, they are functioning, some of them get damaged, or some cellular structure will get damaged. That damaged structure need the repair. And your heart is continuously functioning. So heart also need the repair. Basically, right? So to repair the heart or to repair the damaged structure of the heart, they reduce the workload on your heart may be decreasing. Because of that, there is a decreased heart rate, and not exactly the decreased heart rate or decreased blood pressure, optimum decrease in heart rate. So in all, there is a decreased workload. If there is a less workload during that time, heart or cell of heart, they can perform the repair, they can undergo the repair, and that is why sleep is essential. So decrease heart rate, decrease blood pressure, okay, it is slowing down the activity. It is basically slowing down the activity of heart. Because of slowing down, there is the rest for that particular heart, and there will be a repair. Otherwise, that person can land up into the hypertension. So again, why sleep is important, right? Because to repair the heart muscle or heart cell, right? Otherwise, the person can land up into hypertension. So this is all about second thing you can remember, repair. Okay. Third, immune system. Third is basically, this is your defense system of your body, right? So because of sufficient sleep, your immune system boosts. The function of immune system will be better or more effective. So the immune system work effectively because of sufficient sleep. There is one study going on. Whenever we are talking about the immune system, okay, at that time there is a thing which comes to know inside our body, that is called antibody. How we can produce the antibody? By giving the vaccination. Okay. So whenever we are giving any vaccine to the baby, right, or to any children, this vaccine produces the antibody. Your body defense system produces this antibody, right? So whenever you are giving the vaccine, and there is a study going on, a child with a day before good sleep, okay, and child with a bad sleep day before, right? And after a week, the level of antibody is checked. A child with good sleep produces more antibody in respect to a child with bad sleep one day prior to the vaccination. It means that whenever there is a production of antibody, your immune system works efficiently to produce that particular antibody, and for that sleep is must. So your immune system is very, very important, regulated by the sleep. The fourth one, appetite regulation. Now listen this thing very carefully. Appetite regulation, right? So basically, why there is a gain in weight in student? Usually more than 90% students, they gain weight, right? So they gain weight. Why there is a gain in weight in the student? If there is a sleep deprivation. If there is a sleep deprivation. So what happened exactly? There is a release of hormone to make the hungry. There is a release of hormone to make them hungry. And what is the name of hormone which make us hungry? Ghrelin and leptin. Okay, so the name of hormone is ghrelin and leptin. So this hormone makes them hungry, right? That is one thing, okay? And that is why they just go for the food. And which food? High calorie food. Which food? The high calorie food. And because of that late night sleep and that food or that high calorie or immediate food, okay, or high calorie food, they used to eat or drink at that time. It's a high calorie food. Second thing, what happened? Because of the sleep deprivation, they go to the bed late night and they skip the morning breakfast. Why they skip the morning breakfast? Because they are not getting up in the morning. If they are not getting up in the morning, okay, how they can have the breakfast, right? So when they skip the breakfast, right, so what exactly happened? Their body is not going to digest that, okay, or not getting enough amount of energy in a proper way. So because of this high calorie, they started to gain the weight. They started gaining the weight, right? So whenever obesity is there, whenever there is a more weight or whenever there is a more obesity because of high calorie food we took during the sleep deprivation in the night time, there is one hormone. Look what happened. Insulin. So the effectivity of this insulin hormone decreases. Okay, it's called insulin resistant. Okay, so effectivity of this insulin hormone will get decreases. Okay, or there is a development of resistance to the insulin, and because of that, there is an increased glucose in blood. What is the work of insulin? To take the insulin from your blood and give it to the cell for function. But what happens if there is a resistance to the insulin? Insulin will not function, and that insulin will be there, and that glucose molecule will also there inside that particular blood. So what exactly happened? Your cell are fatigued. Glucose is there in blood. Cell are fatigued, glucose is there, but cell is not satisfied. So cell will send signal to the brain and brain will secrete the hunger hormone. And then you will go for the meal, right? And that meal again add more glucose inside your body, and that is how obesity is going on. That is how the obesity is going on, right? So glucose level increases. So obesity and diabetes mellitus because of insulin resistance, right? Sometime because of obesity, that particular person, they can land up into the sleep apnea, okay, sleep apnea, right? Or because of that there is a cardiovascular or metabolic disorder. So what exactly happened here? Okay, so insulin resistance develop, okay, more amount of glucose inside your blood, okay, and then you have started getting the obesity and diabetes mellitus. So this is all about your appetite regulation is also important. This appetite regulation is controlled, okay, if you have timely sleep, right? So obesity, diabetes mellitus, right? And that personality, there are some personality disorder because of the insufficient sleep, that is called depression. That is called basically the depression, or risk of suicidal tendency will increase, aggressive behavior, okay, and that is all because of the deprived sleep. So these are the problem basically because of the deprived sleep, okay. There is one saying, if you remember, by Benjamin Franklin, right? What is that saying? Says like, there will be a sleeping enough in the grave. There will be sleeping enough in the grave. Okay. So this was the saying by Benjamin Franklin If you don't get enough sleep, okay, now there we will be sleeping enough in the grave. Okay, so that's what the things are. So you should take the rest. You should take the rest. Now we will see the mechanism. We will see the why this is happening. Okay, why there is a less sleep. What are the mechanism behind that, right? So why we are getting sleep deprived, we will see that. Okay, so what are the mechanism behind that? We will see. Electronic devices not only distract us. Electronic devices, what are they? TV, laptop, cell phone, all these are electronic devices. We thought they distract us. What we thought? They distract us. Correct. 50% it is correct. They distract us, and that is why we don't get the sleep. Can you see that only distraction is the problem? Now, they are rich in a blue light. They are rich in basically the blue light. And this blue light, what happened exactly because of this blue light? This response blue light suppress. What it suppress? It suppress the release of melatonin. It suppress the release of melatonin, right? So blue light from these electronic devices suppress the release of melatonin. Okay, and this melatonin which keep you awake. Okay, that is important, right? And because of that, your normal circadian rhythm or circadian cycle, it shift to later. Okay, अगर 7 बजे हो, then it will shift to the 9 p.m. 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. So shifting of circadian rhythm to later. Shifting of circadian rhythm to later. Shifting of circadian rhythm to the latter hour. Okay, make difficult to us to awake early in the morning. So it make difficult to awake early in the morning. Okay, and if you still awake, you feel tired. So this is one of the mechanism, and that is why daylight, sunlight, it is rich in the blue light. And it suppresses the melatonin, and you are awake. Slowly and steadily, when sunlight or when sun goes down in the evening time, you feel sleepy. Naturally, you feel sleepy because the concentration of that particular blue light, it will reduce, and that's why there is a less suppression of the melatonin release, and that is why you feel sleepy. But in night, you have to go to the bed, but you are using the TV, laptop and cell, which is rich in the blue light, and that is why they suppress the release of melanin or melatonin, and that keeps you awake. And this is how they play with your sleep. This is how they play with your sleep cycle or circadian rhythm, right? Then, usually people take caffeine. And the half-life of this caffeine is 6 to 8 hours approximately in recent study. What is the half-life of caffeine? 6 to 8 hours. It's not like 2 or 3 hours. It is like 6 to 8 hours. And a lot of people consume this caffeine at bedtime. Right? So these are certain things basically, that is a mechanism which will be keep you sleep deprived. क्या कर सकते? What we can do to avoid this? Early to bed. That's the only solution, right? Early to bed and early to rise. So in my opinion, in spite of using the alarm to awake, bedtime sleeping alarm is very, very important, right? So the bedtime sleeping alarm is important. That alarms give you intimation, right? This is the time to go to the bed. So bedtime sleeping alarm is the best choice or best alternative, right? So you don't have to go for the awake alarm in the morning time, bedtime alarm for the sleeping is the best. So that give you advice, go to the bed and you have to sleep. So you can change your lifestyle, right? So what are the properties of sleep should be? It is not only about the duration. It is not about only the duration, 6 hour, 8 hour or 10 hour, not about only about the duration. It is already about also about time and quality is also important. Time and quality is also important. It should be continuous. It should be continuous so that it can go to the all phases of NREM and REM, so that your body can function well or your brain can replenish the energy, right? So these are certain things I want you to remember, right? So not only the quality of duration, time and quality is also important, right? So when because of this, okay, circadian rhythm of your body will be maintained. Circadian rhythm of your body will be maintained, right? Basically what happened, there is a misalignment in internal circadian clock. What happened in sleep deprivation, there is a misalignment in circadian clock. Misalignment in the circadian basically clock plus external environmental factor. So whenever there is a misalignment in your circadian clock, shifting of the sleep, and there is an external environmental factor like TV, laptop, noise and anything, right? So what exactly happened? There is a result in health impairment. There is a result in health impairment or behavior function or cognitive impairment, right? So normally if you see your circadian cycle or circadian rhythm in normally, kaisa rehta hai, right? How it is like that? So in circadian cycle, the alert level I am talking about, alert level 6 a.m., 9 a.m., 12 noon, 3 p.m., 6 p.m., 9 and 11 p.m., right? So alert level usually good early in the morning, okay? And it goes down at 3 p.m. It goes down at 3 p.m. Look at 3, 4, 5, you feel little bit drowsy. And slowly it will again increase, and then it go down again. 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. right? So this is how your circadian cycle should be there, right? And you cannot change this cycle. You cannot basically change this cycle, which is already maintained by your internal biological clock or biological function, right? Now what happened? This is the circadian cycle and you are getting up at 12. Okay, how can you sleep here? Okay, how can your brain repair? So these are the problem whenever we are talking about the sleep in all adolescent except normal shift. There might be some normal shift, right? So whenever there is a baby, newborn baby, daytime more sleepy, okay, nighttime awake, and you already know what is the reason behind that. Inside the basically mother wombs, that mother womb, her external environmental factor, the mother is swinging during the daytime, working here and there, and the baby inside that womb feels sleepy because of that swinging movement, right? And when during night time when mother sleep, at that time there is no swinging movement, baby is awake, and that is the only thing which make the baby circadian rhythm according to that. And whenever she born or he born, he awake during the night and sleep during the day, and then it accustomed with the external character after 6 months to 1 year, and this is the circadian cycle of almost all human being. Okay, you cannot change this. There might be slight basically shift of there. If usually 9 p.m. is the time or 11 p.m. is the time go to the bed, it will usually shift for 1 hour, but not more than that. So this result in shifting to several hours, like 1 or 2 hours, it is the natural. But if you shift or delay it for more than like 3 or 4 hours, and then it will disturb the circadian cycle or evening morning wake cycle time, right? So what are the environmental factor we discussed today? That is the blue light, caffeine, work stress, television. That's the fun, like what we thought ki up to the Friday we will make our routine better. okay, as per the routine. Saturday, we just enjoy ourselves, okay. Sunday, we will get up at like 12, okay. So basically the Sunday late sleep, weekend night, blue light, caffeine, these are all the causes of your sleep deprivation. These are all the causes of your sleep deprivation and sleep problem, okay. So in next lecture, we will see what exactly the physiology of the sleep, what are the pharmacology of the sleep. So the take home message is you should sleep well, you shouldn't basically disturb your circadian cycle, right? You should be always avoid the blue light, caffeine, work stress, television, weekend parties. I'm not saying you just avoid the weekend parties. It should be early. It should be early. And Sunday late sleep, to manage the sleep of weekdays, usually people have a myth. I will sleep more in the Sunday. That is not good. There is one more myth. I will take like 4 hours sleep during the night and remaining 2 to 3 hours I will take a nap afternoon or whenever my work is over. That is again wrong. Sleep should be continuous. Sleep should be continuous. You should take out all these myths. So here we will finish this lecture.